All right. Let's talk about something that I think hits home for a lot of us. We've all been there, right? You spend hours, maybe even years, watching one tutorial after another. You feel like you're learning, but you never actually build anything with it. Well, today, we're going to fix that. We are breaking that cycle for good and getting you on the path to building real projects that actually get you noticed.
So be honest for a second. Does this sound familiar? You just finished a 10-hour course on some new framework, and the first thing you do is look for another course to start. You haven't built a single thing on your own yet. If you're nodding along, yeah, you might be trapped in what we call tutorial hell.
Okay, so let's really break this down. Because, understanding the trap is honestly the first step to getting out of it.
We call it tutorial hell for a reason. It's this cycle where you keep consuming content because it feels like you're making progress. You get that little dopamine hit every time you finish a video, but there's no risk, right? You're just following along. You end up prioritizing learning over doing, and that's exactly how the trap gets you.
Then here's the sneakiest part. Watching someone else code feels super productive. You're taking notes, you're typing what they type, but it's passive. It doesn't build that real problem-solving muscle you desperately need when you're staring at a blank screen trying to build something from scratch.
Now, let's get into why this is such a big deal. Staying stuck in this loop isn't just about feeling like you're not getting anywhere. It can have some pretty serious consequences for your career.
This slide really hits the nail on the head. See, tutorials are great at teaching you the how. The syntax, the specific steps for a specific problem. But building a real project, that teaches you the why. It forces you to figure things out, to debug, to connect the dots. You go from just memorizing stuff to actually understanding it.
And here's the bottom line. When you're in a job interview, they don't really care about your certificates of completion. What they do care about is what you can build. A certificate says you watched something. A project on your GitHub proves you can actually do something. All right, enough doom and gloom about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. And it all starts with making a really important shift in how you think about learning. This right here, this is your new mantra. Instead of trying to learn every single thing before you feel ready to start, you just start building, and you'll learn the skills you need as you need them. Think of tutorials as a tool you pull out when you get stuck, not as the entire roadmap. So, what kind of projects should you even be building? I mean, what does a project that gets you hired actually look like? Let's get specific. Look, an impressive project doesn't have to be the next Facebook. It just has to solve a real problem, even a tiny one that only you have. It should also show you can handle a few different pieces, maybe a front end, a back end, something with an API. And, absolutely crucial, it has to be online, on your GitHub, where people can actually see it. Feeling a little stuck on what to build? Here are a few solid ideas to get the gears turning. A finance tracker is great because it connects a user interface to a database. A simple task management API proves you get back-end logic. Or hey, just automate some boring task you do every day. The key is to just pick something and start. Okay, so you've got the mindset, you've got some ideas. Now for the actual game plan. Here's how you can get started without that feeling of being totally overwhelmed. The secret here is to start ridiculously small. First, define your MVP, your minimum viable product. That's just the absolute simplest, bare-bones version that actually works. Then, just focus on getting one single feature working end-to-end. That small win is everything. It gives you the momentum you need to keep going, adding more, and making it better over time.
Next up, and this is so important, document your work. Don't just dump your code online. Write a good, clean README file. Explain what your project does and why you made the choices you did. It shows you're a professional. Your GitHub is your resume in code, so you got to treat it that way.
And remember, you don't have to do this all alone in a vacuum. Seriously, share your work. Get feedback from other developers. It will help you learn best practices so much faster than just working by yourself. Think of collaboration as a supercharger for your skills.
Now, if there's one thing you take away from all this, I want you to remember this number. Just one number. It's the key to how you should structure your time from now on. 80%.
Here's the rule. 80% of your time should be spent actually building, coding, and debugging. Only 20% should be for watching tutorials, and only when you're stuck on a very specific problem. You need to flip the ratio. Stop being a consumer and start being a creator. And to make that 80-20 split a reality, you gotta be practical. Give yourself deadlines. Use focus techniques to get real work done. And please, celebrate your wins, no matter how small they seem. Getting that one feature to work, that is a victory. Enjoy it. So, let's wrap this all up. Tutorial hell feels like a real place, but it's just a mindset trap and you can absolutely escape it. Remember, building real things will teach you way more, way faster than just watching ever will. Your path forward is simple. Start small, show your work, get feedback, and just keep building.
I'll leave you with this one last thought. The goal isn't to know everything, it's to be able to build things. Because at the end of the day, employers hire doers, not watchers. So, my question to you is, what are you going to start building today?